Okay, let's be real. Planning a Disneyland trip can be amazing, but it almost always comes down to that one big, stressful decision. Where are we going to stay? Well, welcome back to our Disneyland Hotel Diaries, because today we're diving into a really unique option for a very specific kind of traveler, the Hotel Peppertree Boutique Kitchen Studios. So right off the bat, the Hotel Peppertree is different. It's not your standard issue motel, and it's definitely not one of those giant resorts. It actually calls itself a boutique kitchen studio hotel. Kind of catchy, right? But what does that actually mean for your vacation? It's a pretty cool promise, suggesting you're getting more than just a bed for the night. So let's find out if it delivers. All right, here's the game plan for today. First, we're going to cover the vibe and, of course, the location. Then we'll take a peek inside the studio room, because there's a key feature you need to see. After that, we'll weigh the perks versus the quirks, I'll give you my final verdict, and we'll wrap up with some pro tips to make your stay awesome. Let's get into it. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the vibe and the location. This is, the classic Anaheim trade-off, right? Are you looking for a quiet little oasis to escape to at the end of the day, or do you absolutely have to be just a few steps from the park gates? It's a big question. Let's see where the Peppertree fits in. So what people say again and again in reviews is that this place is a genuinely charming, quiet oasis. It's got this lush boutique feel that makes you forget you're anywhere near the chaos of Harbor Boulevard. But, and this is a big but, that peaceful feeling comes with a trade-off: location. You're not walking to Disneyland from here. It's about a 10-minute drive, so you'll be using your car or a rideshare. The plus side, though, it's perfectly positioned right between Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm. So if you're planning to hit both parks, that's actually a huge win. All right, let's move inside the room itself. From what guests have said, the rooms are generally really clean, pretty spacious, and a lot of them have a nice little private balcony or patio, which is a great touch. But honestly, beyond those basics, there is one game-changing feature that completely defines what this hotel is all about. And this is it. This is the hotel's entire identity, right here. I'm not talking about one of those sad little mini fridges and a microwave shoved in a corner. No way. The real story, and the number one reason people book this place, is the full kitchen. Look, having a full kitchen is an absolute game changer for a Disney trip. Think about it. You can save a ton of money by not having to eat out for every single meal. And if you've got a family, especially with picky eaters or maybe some dietary restrictions, this is just a lifesaver. You can whip up breakfast before you go, pack some lunches for the park, and come back to a real, proper dinner. It just gives you a level of control and savings that almost no other hotel in the area can offer. And yeah, just to be clear, we're talking about a proper kitchenette here. It's got a stove and everything you need. It's not just the bare minimum. This one feature completely changes the whole dynamic of your vacation. It turns your hotel room from just a place to crash into a genuine home base. Hey, real quick, if you're finding this breakdown useful for your Disney planning, could you do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe? It honestly helps us out a ton, and let's just keep making more of these Disneyland Hotel Diaries. Thanks so much. Okay, so no hotel is perfect, right? Every place has its good points, and its not so good points. A fair review has to look at both sides. So let's get into the really important part, weighing the perks against the quirks. So here's how it all stacks up. On the perk side, the absolute biggest one is that full kitchen and the amazing value that comes with it. People also really love that quiet boutique vibe we talked about, and you see a lot of praise for the friendly staff. Now, on the quirk side, the biggest one is the location. You just have to remember to factor in the cost and time for Ubers or parking. Also, while a lot of people have great experiences with service, some reviews do say it can be a little inconsistent. And finally, and this is important to know, this is not a Disney resort experience. It's a really practical, comfortable hotel, but don't expect Mickey-shaped waffles. Okay, so we've looked at the atmosphere, we've peeked inside the room, and we've laid out the pros and cons. It's time to bring it all home with the final verdict. So how do you know if the Hotel Peppertree is the right choice for your family and your trip? This quote from a guest really just nails it. It says it all, doesn't it? This really gets to the heart of what this hotel is all about. It's for people who are laser-focused on value and practicality, especially families who are going to take full advantage of having that kitchen. All right, let's make this super simple. I'm going to give you a little checklist. This hotel is probably the perfect spot for you if you find yourself nodding yes to these things. Number 1, you really want to cook most of your own meals, either to save some serious cash or for dietary reasons. Number 2, you're planning on visiting other places too, like Knott's Berry Farm. Number 3, you're totally cool with a short drive if it means saving a lot of money. And number 4, you prefer a quieter hotel, a little bit away from the main hustle and bustle. If that sounds like your vacation plan, then yeah, this could definitely be the place for you. Okay, so if you're listening to all this and thinking, yep, that sounds like my kind of hotel, then I've got a few extra pro tips for you, pulled straight from people who've stayed there to help you make your trip even better. First off, make sure you factor in your transportation costs. Whether you're budgeting for Uber or Lyft rides or for Disney's daily parking fee, just make sure it's in your budget. Second, and this is a big one, stop at a grocery store on your way to the hotel. Seriously, you'll get so much more value out of that kitchen. Third, if you need something, just ask. Reviews say the staff is usually super helpful and accommodating. And last, a little heads up about the free breakfast. It's pretty basic, so think of it as a nice little bonus, but maybe don't plan on it being your big meal for the day. So when you boil it all down, it really comes back to one big question, doesn't it? For your family and for your vacation, is the amazing convenience and the money-saving power of having a full kitchen worth a 10-minute drive to the magic? That's really the core trade-off with the Hotel Pepper Tree. And now, hopefully, you've got everything you need to answer that question for yourself. Thanks for hanging out with me for this deep dive.